Guys, and welcome back to the FFF HQ, where today I have a recipe with kale. Before you start shaking your boots because of kale, I promise you this is gonna make it delicious. We're gonna mix it with some quinoa and some garlic herb butter, because when does butter not make everything better? Add some mushrooms and it's gonna be your favorite plant-based meal. So let's dive right into this recipe. So step one, we're gonna make some roasted garlic and toast some walnuts. So first up, we are gonna make some roasted garlic. So you wanna take your head of garlic and cut just the tips off to expose the top of each clove. And peel away all that papery skin. Rub it into the cloves. And now we're going to put that into a double layer of tin foil. Make sure the shiny side is in. And wrap it up like a little garlic present. Although if you're a vampire, this is probably not the kind of present that you want. And then we have a 1/4 cup of walnuts. So I want to put them onto a small pan, and we're going to go toast them and roast our garlic. So we have a 400-degree oven, and we're going to put our little garlic present in there for about 45 minutes to an hour until you can poke it with a fork and it's nice and soft. And then the walnuts are only going to take about 2 to 4 minutes, so you want to make sure you check those often so they don't burn. You guys know I love some fun facts, so I have some garlic factoids for you. Number one, it helps boost your immune system, which means it helps you to not get sick. If you want to learn more tips on not getting sick, there's a video linked above and you can swipe up. Number two, it can help lower your LDL cholesterol, which is your low density lipoprotein cholesterol, or your bad cholesterol. It's also been proven to help those with high blood pressure reduce your blood pressure. So unless you're a vampire, you want to get your garlic in. Garlic and walnuts are ready to go, and we are ready to go chop our vegetables and get our quinoa going. To unwrap our garlic here, see if it's nice and soft. It looks nice and golden brown. You poke it with a fork, you can see it's really soft and tender, which makes it nice and easy to chop later on when we want to use it. So we're going to set that aside. And we have to chop our toasted walnuts. Once those are nice and roughly chopped, we're just going to set them aside for a little garnish for later on. Now we need to add a little bit of flavor, so we are going to chop some onion. We need about 1/2 cup of diced onion. Cut that end off. Peel off some of that skin. A little pro tip is to leave the root on and then slice it vertically. And then when you go to slice it horizontally, you have a perfectly diced onion. So we need about 1/2 cup of onion, which is typically about half of a small onion. And we'll set that aside for later. Now we have some Crimini mushrooms. So we're going to chop about 1 cup of them. You want to take the stems out first, because those are gross and we don't want to eat them. Give them a little twist and a peel. So once you've taken the stem out, I like to remove some of the gills from the mushroom, which is the kind of like long strandy looking things in there. So I just use a small spoon and just kind of scrape them out. You're going to chop them anyway, so you don't need to keep them intact. Clean all of that out. I just think cleaning the gills out gives it a little bit more of a less fungi-like taste. And set that aside, and now we're just going to roughly chop about 1 cup of them. You know what time it is, and back to the stove to saute our vegetables. Sizzle, sizzle. So we want to take 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and let it melt on medium heat. And then we're going to add in that 1/2 cup of onion and our mushrooms. gonna cook until everything is golden brown and tender, which is about 3 to 4 minutes. Those onions and mushrooms are tender and golden brown. You gotta resist the urge to eat them right from the pan. And now we are gonna add 2 cups of chicken stock, or you can use a veggie stock if you wanna make it plant-based. You can also use a dairy-free butter for all the butter in here if you want to make it plant-based. And then some raw quinoa. Stir it all together. And we're just gonna bring it to a boil. So once it's all up to a boil, we are just going to cover it and reduce the heat and simmer until that quinoa absorbs the broth, which is about 25 to 30 minutes. Have you ever wondered what the big deal about kale is? Well, I'm going to tell you. Kale is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. It's high in vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting. It's also high in a lot of minerals that many people are deficient in, such as calcium, potassium, and magnesium. And it's also really low in a substance called oxalate, which is a substance that prevents those minerals that we just talked about from absorbing. So you want to get your kale in, it really truly is good for you. So step 1 to preparing your kale is you just want to take it off those nasty, crunchy stems, because no one wants to eat those. There may be an easier way to do this, and if you know that, please leave a comment below and let me know what it is. So once you got those nasty, crunchy stems out of your way, you just want to roughly chop your kale, and we need about 6 packed cups. So we want 6 packed cups, and you can put it into a bowl or whatever you want to reserve for later. Now we're gonna make some garlic herb butter. So I like a lot of garlic. Do not judge me. You can use half of the clove if you don't like a lot of garlic, but I like to use the full clove. You just wanna press the base of each clove out of the head of garlic. You can see it's nice and soft and coming out really easily. Now you just wanna take 2 tablespoons of softened butter, add those cloves in. Now we're going to take a spoon and mash it all together. And now we're going to get a little herby, and we have some fresh thyme here. We only need about half a teaspoon, so it's only about 2 strands or so. So you just want to pull the leaves off. Easier to do it backwards. And then we're just going to chop them up a little bit. They're already really tiny, but you want to make them even smaller. All right, we're just gonna go right into our butter as well. And then we're going to dice a little bit of fresh parsley. I like Italian parsley, but you can also use curly parsley, whatever you prefer. Just need a little bit, couple leaves here. About 4 teaspoons, that looks right. And then you just want to mince all the leaves as well. And that needs to go right into our butter as well. And then we're just gonna mix it all in. But after about 30 minutes, you can see our quinoa has absorbed all that broth. Now you just want to stir in all of that kale. I hope you used a big pot because this is very voluminous. And then just give it a stir. You want to put the lid on it and let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes just so the kale can start to break down. A couple minutes later, that kale is nice and bright green. It's a little bit softer and it started to wilt. So now we're gonna go and garlic butter it up. All right, now it's time to get our butter on. So we have our herb butter. You just want to scrape it into your quinoa. You can melt it first if you want, or you can just stir it in. The butter will melt from the heat of the quinoa. And give it a good stir. Once that's all mixed in, you just want to sprinkle a little bit of salt to taste and a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And now we are ready to serve. So you just want to scoop your quinoa into a nice serving bowl and then just sprinkle it with those toasted walnuts. And there you have it, a garlic, buttery, quinoa, and kale vegetarian meal that you are sure to love. Just serve it up in a bowl and you are ready to devour it. So if you tried this garlic butter, quinoa, and kale goodness, please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. I also really appreciate a like and a thumbs up of the video. There's a link to the full recipe in the video description below. And make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm delivering healthy and delicious gluten-free recipes and product reviews and lifestyle tips and tricks every single week. So go enjoy your quinoa and we will see you next time. Bye for now.